Hello everyone. I'm Amrita Burman, Deputy Director of the Sunbeam Group of Educational Institutions, Varanasi. And we have really been facing some very trying times. And I personally believe that whenever there's a challenge, whenever a challenge is thrown at you, change that into a learning experience. This pandemic has done the same. We were all, as educators, I'm sure, in the same boat as we are. And we all thought a new session is going to begin. We are now going to be ending the old session. And we were all so excited planning for our children to come back, new and old both. We run hostels too. So we were really excited about receiving our children, both the day scholars and the hostelers. And then what do we see? We have the coronavirus into our homes. When it was away, we never thought it was a reality. It only seemed as though it's in some other nation and it's okay, it's probably not going to reach us. Only to realize that it was very much there as a reality. And we were locked down, shut completely. We were still trying to struggle as to how to connect with our students when we completely shut down and were asked by the district administration not to go to school, like many of us. So we all started connecting with each other virtually. We started getting prepared to teach our children online. It was a challenge. Reason? We have all kind of age groups in the school. There were some who were young, very technologically savvy, and thought that they would connect with their children like the back of their hand virtually. And there were others, even like me, who thought technology is something that is, a little difficult for me to really shake hands with. So we all started working together. The younger ones started helping us. We thought, let's take this challenge. Let's learn together. All the teachers really started working with their principals and academic heads to get connected to the students and teach them virtually. We did not want to waste even a single day. We started sending out a lot of messages to parents as one way to connect first with the parents, to prime them as to how things are going to go. Even to the students, we started telling them first the do's and don'ts. At the same time, the school and the teachers were all working on what is the right platform to connect. Once the platform was chosen, how do we take our online classes? We brainstormed whether it should be 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, only to come up that there cannot be any one right way of doing it with the children. On different days, there'll be different ways in which we're going to do it. And for different classes, it has to be different timings, and at the same time also different styles have to be adopted. We started working even with the 3+ right up to our 12. So the K-12 was completely taken into the virtual platform. We started doing a lot of activities, assignments. Not only that, virtual teaching. Teachers started using the apps, platforms, started researching on flipped classrooms once again, which in any case we were doing, but started using all kind of technological ways to get in touch with the parents and the students. Parents were told to be around to a large extent so that they could monitor that the children don't really misuse this platform in any way. They were also told to see to it that the children get their break so that there isn't too much of screen time which can really disturb the students. We worked hard, though initially we had our challenges. Internet is a big challenge in this part of the world, but we managed to slowly overcome things. Even recordings were there left for the children in case they could not connect over the online platform immediately. With this, parents became really excited because they realized that even though their children were home, there was something interesting that was happening for them to do. Some work was left for the students, so the students had certain things to do even after these classes were over. So this was about the academic connect. We also thought this was a very important time, a huge challenge in many other ways. And let's talk to both our students and our parents as to how we could make this time interesting and a learning experience for the students. We asked our students to spend quality time with their parents. We requested the parents to do things with the children which they dreamt of doing but never got the time, because everybody was racing against time with their own daily routine of working hard to earn a daily bread. So we told them to take some cooking classes with their students, to see to it that when the mother is planning how she's going to save up, how she's going to ration, because we don't know for how long we're going to be shut down, let your child be a part of this saving plan, this rationing plan of keeping things in the house. Even planning when it comes to saving on certain first aid material, because everybody is going to need a little bit of medicines at home. We ask them to spend quality time reading to the children. We asked them to do some storytelling. We also requested our children to be with the parents to do those little things like sew a button, cook a meal, and certain other things which parents always wanted to do with their students. With this, there was so much of a connect of the parents with the child. The parent started actually looking at their children and realizing that there were so many hidden talents, that there were so many issues that they really always wanted to connect with their children on, but were finding it difficult. So we thought that this was a very, very important time for Family Connect. We also asked our children to connect with their near and dear ones through the virtual medium. They were requested to talk to their uncles, their aunts, especially to care about the senior citizens. They were asked to keep seeing that their grandparents at home were safe, because we know that this virus can be very, very difficult for anyone who is 60 plus. So the children started from a distance reading, connecting to their grandparents, seeing to it that they were teaching them how to keep themselves safe by sanitizing themselves or by even wearing a face mask. We also asked our students to become what we call Safai ambassadors. With that, they were training their parents how to keep sanitization in the house and how to take care of the hygiene. The support staff was told by them to see if they're coming from outside, not to come home at all, because they were also the support staff has their own life and they had to be safe. So the children were acting like Safai ambassadors to keep their house safe. They were talking from a distance to all their neighbors in case they were living in a community to keep distance. If they saw a gathering, they were asking parents virtually and also from a distance to just stay away from each other. They were seeing to it that the Janta Curfew, which we had yesterday, people were spoken about in their buildings from a distance and said to make it successful. Each of our children were asked to come out at 5 o'clock and be a part of what everybody saw as one of the most important moments from 5 to 5 yesterday evening of connecting the whole country and coming out to save ourselves from the virus. I thought one of the biggest learning for our children, their connect with all of us, and in that we are learning, is adversity. These are difficult times. They are times that children have never seen. Children have been getting back to us and saying how they are saving on little things they didn't bother about. For example, they would just switch on electricity, the tube lights, the fans, and really wouldn't bother. Now, because parents are speaking at home about being austere, about saving, because some of the parents are getting scared about whether they'll get their salaries next month or they won't. They are also getting worried about how are they going to manage to save, to whether it's money or anything else, to manage to keep themselves going for the next few months, or maybe at least a few weeks, if not months. Children are realizing that they always lived in a world of abundance. Today, that abundance has become an absolute luxury. There are many who are scared whether their parents will be in a position to pay for their basic needs. Children have started talking about, अब मुझे ये नहीं चाहिए, इसके बिना मैं कर सकता हूँ, इसके बिना मैं चला सकता हूँ. I can manage even in little. And I think this beautiful learning, how to fight with adversity, how to live when there is no abundance, I think is the biggest learning of our children. Because it has been long since we've been talking to children that there should be no wastage, whether it is wastage of water, whether it is wastage of food, nothing should be wasted at all. So I think this has been one of the most touching experiences where children are getting up and teaching themselves, teaching their younger brothers and sisters as to how they can save and how in these difficult times they can come up victorious. I really feel that certain things that we could never ever teach them when things were going well has been a great learning experience for children. So this has been one of the biggest challenges, and I think we've really changed this for us to do well. We have also tried to tell our children that they should keep their calm, they should keep their cool. One of the very important learning experiences of the children have been their health. They have started speaking about being healthy, increasing their own immunity, getting worried about how their grandparents, how their parents are going to remain healthy and are going to be able to fight this virus which is actually threatening us. Children had heard of difficult circumstances when it came to maybe a war tomorrow. That's the way we actually spoke to our children, and our history books spoke to them. They had of course spoken about and learnt about the bubonic plague or the Spanish flu, but they had never thought that they would face a circumstance like this in their own life. Now, when health is getting attacked, when people are staying away from each other, children are understanding that being healthy, eating the right food, exercising, keeping your lungs inflated and deflated and doing the exercises of the lungs, keeping your heart pumping, just keeping yourself basic healthy has become one of the best experiences of learning, I think, for children. What we took for granted, our own existence, has become something which is a challenge today. So I think our children have really taken this challenge beautifully. They are planning their meals with their parents. They are talking about supplements and eating the right kind of fruits like vitamin C. People are saying you must take a lot of vitamin C. Children are, kind of speaking about let's have amla, let's have citrus fruits. People ran away, our children ran away from fruits. They are actually talking about the right kind of eating, which I think is great experiences for them. They, as young children, are learning this very tough lesson because life is teaching them. I'm sure that this generation, what they are learning, they are going to be carrying forward to the next generation also. So these are trying times, but I think that this is also an opportunity because our generation somewhere was getting lost in luxury and abundance, taking many things for granted. Today, they are valuing every minute that they are living. And I think this is going to be a great teaching for them. Another beautiful thing that is happening with our students is mindfulness. They are just being mindful of everything that's around them. They are there living in the moment. They understand that this moment is very precious because we don't know what's coming tomorrow. This mindfulness of living each moment with happiness, gratitude, thanking everyone for everything that somebody may have done for you. They are picking up phones and saying thank you to their friends because they understand that human connect which is difficult right now and you're dying for it, is probably one of the most precious things that we have around us. So, I want all my viewers to understand that every challenge has a learning experience in it. Let's make the best of it. Let us say a small prayer every moment. Let's thank God that we are here, that we breathe. When we are here, we are alive. And this life is a precious gift that God has given us. Let's be thankful. Let's stay connected right now virtually, but we will also be physically connected. Emotionally, we're always together. We're fighting it together, and we will win this war. Thank you and Jai Hind.